Happy Vlogmas Day number 19. Christmas is quickly coming. I can't wait to get back for Christmas. This afternoon, it's packing day for me because my flight leaves tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to flying. I don't like flying. Do you like flying? So 1, I don't like flying. 2, I don't like flying during the holidays. And 3, well, with everything going on in the world, the last thing I want to do is fly. But I know if I don't go to my grandma's funeral, I'm going to regret it. So I am going, but I will be back in time for Christmas Eve. I'm excited to open my Advent on the 24th. My Woolen Women, my big skein from Woolen Women, and then I'll have one more Advent to open from Beehive Yarns. And then it'll be Christmas. When do you open your presents? Do you open them on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning? I grew up Christmas Eve, but now we do it, well, we still do it Christmas Eve for my family, for my husband, my daughter, and I. And then Christmas morning is at my mother-in-law's house where we open more presents. So we get to spread it out throughout the whole entire Christmas. And then that evening is usually with my parents. So, trying to think. So today I just basically, there's really not a lot to talk about because I'm going to be busy packing. But I do have an update on my Advent socks and my Advent from Lach and Lou. The last box opened today, and I haven't shown you any of that yet. So I'm going to reveal all 4 Sundays from Lach and Lou's Advent, and it is beautiful. Her charms are really beautiful. You should go check her channel out, Lach and Lou. And yeah. Oh, and so my aunt does a lot of, not scrapbooking, but she uses scrapbook paper to make things for people, cards, invitations, encouraging notes. She does a lot of stuff with paper. And I had a whole stack of paper that I actually put in my garage sale. I think it was last year. I forget. Anyways, 2 garage sales ago, and some of it sold. And then when I found out she used so much paper, I was bummed that I sold all my paper. But I found some extra paper that did not sell. So I'm going to bring it to her. Do you want to see all the paper? It's a lot of paper. I couldn't believe I was going to sell it for $2 and then my aunt could use it. And it's expensive paper. There's a lot of paper that's not used, and probably a pad of paper from Hobby Lobby is about $4.99. So there's some good paper here. Let's go take a look and see what she's getting. Look, so much paper. Yeah, look at this. $4.99. Oh no, that's $6.99. Oh wow. And then $9.99. So there's a lot of good paper here. It kind of makes me want to scrapbook. But I can only do so many crafts before I go insane. So I just really couldn't keep holding on to this paper. So it feels like a waste of money, but now it won't, because my aunt will get use out of them, and she does amazing things for other people. So this is gonna go to a good home. But wait, there's more. Look at that. Good. Okay, so these are from birthday parties for my daughter. Just all sorts of stuff. There's sparkly paper in there. There's just so much good stuff. Oh, she's gonna be so happy. And then I had this felt that I just didn't know what to do with. So she is getting that too. Oh, it's so fun when you need to get rid of something and you find someone who's gonna love the things that you have. Are you ready to see my sock progress from the Cozy Knitter 24-day striped advent calendar? Look. Isn't it pretty? And I did my very first afterthought heel. It's so weird looking, isn't it? And you know what? I hated doing it. I'm never doing an afterthought heel again. I usually do a heel flap and gusset, and I thought I would try this so it didn't break up the stripes, but I was told to try the shadow wrap heel. So I am going to try that next, the next time I do striped socks, which hopefully will be soon. We'll see. I don't know, I've been doing so many socks, I'm kind of tired of doing socks, but I'm addicted, so I don't see me ever stopping making socks. the leg was supposed to be longer than it is. I'm so used to the heel gusset, the heel flap and gusset, that I know where to stop before the heel begins, and I made it extra long this time. But then when I did the afterthought heel, it goes up higher than I realized, and it just shrunk my sock leg down. So now I have a short sock leg. It's kind of disappointing, but you know, it's still nice. At least it's a good thing I didn't make it how I normally make my length, because then they'd be like shorty socks probably. So yeah, but I'm happy with it. It's still a pretty heel. It doesn't quite fit me as good as a heel flap and gusset does, but I have high hopes for the shadow wrap heel. So yeah, so that's where we stand here. Let's see how many stripes I have. Okay, so 17 stripes for my sock. But it's really pretty. It's fun, isn't it? This is what I have left, and I am thinking of making some mittens with it. What do you think? Wouldn't that be fun? I just don't know if I have enough of the contrasting yarn, and I really liked the white, snowy, sparkly contrasting yarn. This here, I thought this would be really pretty for a cuff on fingerless gloves, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough. I don't know. I'll finish the toes, and then we'll see. We'll go from there. So yeah, I am so happy with how they turned out. The only thing I would change is I would try a shadow wrap heel, and I would have made the leg a little bit longer. But other than that, I'm pretty happy. And this is the last color before the toe. Normally when I make socks, I do vanilla socks, and then if I do a pattern, I usually just take the pattern and plug it into my vanilla socks. So I have kind of the process memorized to a certain extent, but there's always little bits and pieces that I always forget, and I have to look up the pattern, and it's really annoying because I always have to dig it out and find it again. And then if I print the big sheet, there's just so much, I get lost, and then I have to figure out where it's at and all that. Anyways, but have you heard of Canva? I started using Canva, and it's a free site, but you can upgrade to Pro and you get a lot more features. I did the Pro because I use it a lot, and there's a lot of clip art and things that I use. But the free basic version is just as good. And what I did was I printed out little cheat sheets and I designed them. So what I did was I added text. So for instance, this one is my favorite toe. And then on the bottom there, I put the Kitchener stitch. Or it's probably too fuzzy to see, but I put the little Kitchener stitch pattern there to make it easy. So whenever I get to my toe and I'm like, uh-oh, what do? I can pull this out as a reminder. And I'm thinking, these are still a work in progress. I'm gonna shrink them down just a little bit, and I'm gonna laminate them so they're small enough. So whenever I have a sock project, say I'm gonna hop in the car and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be working on a toe. I just grab the toe laminated card, stick it in my sock bag. You don't have this big full pattern. You just have the little bits and pieces. No, I'm not paid or sponsored by Canva. I just use them a lot and I love it. I use them for, what do I use them for? I use them for my thank you cards for my shop. I use them for Christmas this year. I made little cards where I put their name on it, wrote something nice, and then did some clip art around it. I used it for, my mind just went blank. Oh, yes. I use it for my screenshots for YouTube. I use it sometimes for Instagram because you can do social posts with it. And there's a lot of pre-made templates. It's really cool. So I would check it out. See what you think. Because not only have I used it for YouTube and Instagram, I've used it also for personal things like gifts and sock patterns for myself. I hope you're having a good rest of the day or evening whenever you're watching this. And tomorrow I head out on my trip, and I'm hoping to take you along. We'll see how much footage I can actually get of the craziness of traveling. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.